Hello and welcome to Flory Models. Here we are with you for the Friday Roundup show on the 23rd of August 2024. My last day before the holiday. Yes, technically as you're watching this now, we are closed for business. I'll be back with you on September the 2nd, all right? But anyway, this week was an absolute flat out week because I was determined to get both of these models finished before the actual end of the week. Yeah, it didn't work like that at all. Obviously, way too much going on and all the rest of it. And I didn't want to rush these models just for the sake of getting them done and out. It doesn't mean that I'm not going to leave you with a load of video builds to go through, because you're going to get sort of 4 videos for next week as well. So plenty of stuff to see on here this week. But anyway, this week it all started on Monday, where we had part 12 of the actual Halifax going up there. So again, down in this one, we're talking about doing the actual camo work and everything into it like that. So again, bit of freehand painting going down in here, finishing off that, touching in, doing a little bit of post shading. So we changed the colors a little bit right the way through and just generally making it a little bit nicer and tidier. And to be honest, I do prefer doing freehand camo on anything sort of 48 scale and above, purely because I just think it gives a nicer, more realistic look than obviously the harder edge camos you get with masks and things like that. And you can be a little bit more creative as well. So anyway, with that all done and dried, then it was trying to get it over to get the black coat on. So masked it all up, got it all sorted and done, and then we could actually get the black work going onto this one as well. So piling in with the blacks, getting it down in there, a little bit of a mixture. So we're using XF85 and then right the way through on this one, as you can see. And then we went through and we just lightened it just a hair and then just went through with it right the way through to get it all looking nice and very blacky. All right, so that is up with you right now. So that went up with you on Monday. Tuesday we had the vlog up, the markers arrived, we have various things going on in this show. So finally the markers are here. Again, lots of people asking me to do a nice review for you, and I will of course do that, but I want to do it properly. I don't want to rush one and just do a 5-minute review. I want to give them a proper workout and a little bit of competition as well, because there is competition out there. There is other ones that do it. Like I'm talking about here, because this is Posca pens, because I've always used Posca pens. I've been using them for years now, and I did all the black and all the white work on things like that, as you can see. But when it comes to those markers, I will do a full on test when I get back, all right, off of holiday. So probably will be the week I'm back, so first week in September. If not, it'll be the second week in September, and we'll do a proper on test right the way through and see exactly what they can do. Because so far, literally, I've only heard positive things about it. So I'm determined to find a negative just for a balanced review. But anyway, we've finally got my hands on them and we can get them going as soon as we can. So watch out for that particular one down in there. And then obviously we were talking about decaling and all different tools and various things that are going out as well. We were talking about tweezers. For members, tweezers are all back in stock as well. The scrapers unfortunately gone out of stock straight away, but we will have them back in as well. Anyway, that was up with you on there. Next up we had on Wednesday, I went and got Corrine, because Corrine's holding the fort whilst I'm away. So she was with us as well, and we were talking all things to Corsair down in there, because the Corsair is all done and ready for obviously getting onto its gear and then going through final weathering. So we just need to detail out those bays and get those all sorted, which we'll see about in a moment, because again, you've got another 2 videos or 2 parts of the video for this particular one is going up as well. So there's another hour's plus worth of footage of that to come whilst I'm away. So anyway, we've got all about that one down in there, and obviously I was talking about the Halifax as well, so we were going all through those things. And then obviously Corrine's brought a load of goodies over us, obviously from DSP as well, so we were talking about those down on the side. And again, I will do full reviews of all of those as well with you when I get back off of holiday. All right, so that's pretty good. Last night was the live show, so full crew last night. We had absolutely everybody on. If I can find us all, there we are, all down in there. It is free. It is free to watch on YouTube, that one. So if you want to go off and watch it on the links down below and all the rest of it, you can see all about that one down in there. And we were discussing what's going on, what we're building at the moment. So John's doing the Brewster, the little Buffalo down in there as well. Andy was talking about his P47 and the things going on down in there. Matt was talking loads. And obviously various things. And then Nathan was talking about his Tornado, and we were discussing technically how Revell really need to take a good look at themselves, because the quality of the stuff they're producing at the moment is absolutely shocking. And Nathan, let's face it, if anyone knows anything about Tornadoes, and he's built quite a few now, knows that kit very, very well. You know, as you say, this is a new kit, you know, one of the latest boxings, and it's absolutely appalling. So, you know, where the quality control has gone, I have no idea at all. But anyway, it's one of those ones. Anyway, Matt was talking about, obviously, he's working on the 410s, the old Dragon kit down in there. And obviously, you can see his stud down in there as well. It was all done with Posca pens. So he's had a run with them as well and absolutely loved it. And it came out very, very nicely as well down in there. So anyway, we were discussing all different things down in there, and just to prove that Torno can be built, just saying, as well. And then obviously we're discussing all your questions. We were talking about masks down in there. We were answering all the bits. We were talking about the DSP stuff that Kareen's brought over, lots of stuff. So it's around about an hour and 45 minutes. So if you want to have a look at that one, you can do. That is up with you right now. And that gets us bang up to today. So up with you today, you've got part 12 of the Fondare Miniatures Halifax build. So down in here, we're talking all things black, sorting out the black work underneath. And to be honest, I think it turned out really nicely. And again, with the riveting on, I just think it gives it that extra level of sort of detail in with this kit as well that it's definitely needs. Looking very nice. Then we were talking about Bombay doors and fitting those, getting all of those ones in. And then we asked to mask up the front of the cowlings. I wasn't too happy with the original colour, so I changed it out for more of a brassy look with those ones, as you can see. And again, we're going to fade them back and weather those in as well when we get down to getting the oils and things like that on. Then it was time to get the gear on. So we got the gear all onto that one fitted in. The usual thing, Mark 1 eyeball, can't beat it, making sure the wings are pointing in the same direction as the gear does. And the wheels are always looking straight at you and not on some type of thing. Then we got the gear doors all on. And then we've got the Bombay doors on. And again, that's all looking very nice. And again, by the time we come in here and start doing chipping and dry brushing and washes and things like that, it's really going to pop and come to life. All right. But it doesn't stop down in there for part 12 as well. So again, you've got that one there. But actually up on the vlog as well, you've got part 13. So this is up. This is next week's work, if you like, but it's available to watch right now. We're talking all things decal with this one. And to be honest, the decals work to treat. I have to say the rest of the kit is a little bit lacking, but the decals went down, no real problems at all. So they went on looking very much the part. A little bit of silvering, which we dealt with, and then we got a satin finish right the way over it, and then we came in with the wash. So again, dark dirt wash right over the top, and then we started to remove that. We wanted to leave it quite grimy, so we've left quite a lot of it in there, in the texture of it, and we were getting all of those off just like that. That way it makes the riveting really pop. Obviously the panel lines do their bit as well, and all the rest of it looking very nice. On the underside, we went in with a grime wash. So obviously it's Flory Models grime wash just underneath there. It's a little bit lighter. It just gives a little bit more of a look to it, as you can see down in there. Had a couple of stubborn bits as well. So at that point we came in with a sanding sponge, old worn out one, a little bit of water, and very lightly rub it. The bonus is you can actually then just take the tops of the rivets off as well, that we re-riveted this entire kit, and it just makes them pop out and go nice. And yes, that was a hair in my paintwork that I had to sand out and redo, which I will show in a moment. So it's looking very, very nice now and very worn in. All right, so that's it during the wash phase all coming up. So anyway, members, you can go off and see that now. That is part 13. That is up with you as well. But as I said, it doesn't stop there, because I've put up for you as well for next week. You got part 4 of the Corsair, which basically talks about going through the things about getting the clear parts on. And I did use the Ultra Glue by Ammo. Never used it before. To be honest, it works. It does what it says on the tin. It's actually a good product. So we basically got that glued down in place. Then we went and we put the canopies on and all the rest of it. And then we've given it a little bit of black just to sort of, you know, solid up the clear parts so you don't get any light bleed or anything else like that showing through. And we had the leftover paint, so we just used it for a little bit of seam checking. It's not post shading or anything, so we get rid of that in a moment, but it's just to look like these seams. So obviously the big ones for us is the wings. Then obviously we had the one where the wing join goes right across the top, and the things around the canopy area as well. So we did all of those ones. With that happy, it's time to get in with the gold grey. So we just moved in with a little bit of real colours like gold grey, and go through the usual things of it down on there. Sorry, we used a primer coat of real colours just to give it a primer coat, and then we came in a real colour new white. So again, with rapid thinners, straightforward, right over the top, and it just worked beautiful. It sprays nice, it's got great coverage, and even whites, because whites can be a little bit of a hassle, went right the way through on that one as well. We did sort of black base though, to be honest with you, all the gear and all the doors, and again we've come back then and with the white over the top, just give it a good solid look all the way through. So anyway, at some point this week you might want to pop over, members. You can see that is part 4. That is up with you right now. But again, it doesn't end there. To keep you busy next week whilst I'm away, part 5 is up with you as well. So part 5 really talks about white work is on, looking absolutely fantastic, no problem at all. And then we mask up those areas for the high vis markings and things, and then we get it all masked up. And then we come in there with that light gold grey right the way over it. And then, as I say, nice smooth coat all the way through. Quite happy with it. We do a little bit of post shading as well. Really subtle. Don't want it too much. This is a cagbird. It's going to be relatively clean. So with all that done, it was time to get the decals on. So decaling on this one right way through. And again, Hasegawa, it's really, really hard to complain about Hasegawa kits because they just work, and they work really, really well. All right. And then obviously you've made up some of the weapons load for it right the way through. All right. So there we go. That keeps you going as well. So that is part 5. That is up with you right now. All right. So if you want to see any of those ones, you can. Also went up today as well for non-members. We've got the review of the Magic Factory's gorgeous little Puma. And again, it looks like a very, very nice kit indeed. It's not over the top. It is what it is. It's 72nd scale, but it's beautifully done. You get choices of tyres, 3 tyres you get choices of fenders on the side. And again, like we were saying on last night's show, we're pretty sure we're going to get sort of, the command vehicle and that coming down in this, just because of the way the parts break down. But again, as you can see, not overly complicated, but you do get everything you need. So everything's on this one. Nice little bit of photo etch. The decals are good as well. As I said before, 3 different types of tyres. So take your pick. And again, the detail is beautiful, even in 72nd scale. Very, very nice, as you can see. And it does come with the interior, the driver's area, and obviously the reversing driver's area. And again, that's the one with the different storage bins on the side as well. But again, I think it's a beautiful little kit. Keep an eye out for this one, because to be honest with you, I'm going to be building this one as part of Flory Fest. And I'm going to do it all with Posca pens. Sorry, not Posca pens, the AK real colour markers. I'm going to be doing that with them as well, because I think it should work really, really well. And it'll be a little bit of a challenge as well, doing everything with the pens. So anyway, you can go off now. That is up on YouTube as well. And it's obviously on social media. If you want to see that review, you can see it right now. And that will get us pretty much all up to date with how things are going at the moment. We've also got, let's say, the Halifax. Do you know, I need a holiday, is here. And she is weathered. And she's all set and ready to go with the next little bit on here. So I've just got to do a little bit underneath. We've got to sort out some of the bits down underneath here. But you can see how that the grime wash works beautifully with black. Just gives it that nice sort of hint and hue, a little bit of weathering right the way over it, just like that. So that's exactly what we wanted. But yeah, I think hopefully, really, it's not that far off. It's literally just a case of, little bits and pieces, and that's why I didn't want to rush it this week, because I think if I had rushed it, you would have seen it. So we've got to this stage. She's all done. To be honest, the turrets are painted and done now as well. The props are done. I've got to do a weapons load for it, but I think I'm going to 3D print something because the kit bombs are awful. No surprise. But apart from that, I think it's looking like a Halifax. It's looking really, really nice. And I think really by the time we get the oils onto this, and a little bit of neat oils, wet oils, dry brushing underneath, a bit of chipping, all the usual bits that make it up, get it unmasked, we're going to have something looking very, very nice. And again, Corsair, a little bit further ahead, as you can see it down in here. This one, the gear is all done. The pylons are all done. Everything's done for this. It's just literally got to come together. But again, I didn't want to rush it just for the sake of getting out a completed video for you today. So looking very, very nice. So when I get back, we'll get both of these finished off, and we're going to be pushing through with our next 2 builds, which funnily enough are the Osprey at last. So we did promise it. It was part of the actual system when we put up what you want to build next. This particular one won it. So we're doing the Osprey, and the other one I've lost. It's the Space 1999. I've had a clear and I've moved it, but I've got the Space 1999 Eagle as well. So we've got a little bit of sci-fi, a little bit of helo aircrafty type thing as well after these particular 2, which are going to fit in quite nicely with some of the group builds and things that are going on in a moment with those ones as well. And that is about it for this week. In fact, for 2 weeks. So I say I'm off from today. No orders will be processed. To be honest, I'm not doing emails either. I'm having a proper week away and everything. I'm off to my nephew's wedding in Cyprus, which will be absolutely lovely. Going to be hot and stuff like that. But again, if you've got any emails and anything you want to do, just hold on to them, and I'll get back to them when I get back on probably the Monday. And again, for us, it'll be business as normal on Tuesday, with the Tuesday show when we get back to things on that one as well. So again, be absolutely fantastic. You guys have a nice time whilst I'm away as well. Lots of stuff to get on with on the actual site. Go off and have a look and everything else. Remember, if you've got a membership that isn't as expired or something else like that, don't worry about it. It will still remain. I'm not kicking anyone out or doing anything. I'll deal with it all when I get back. But you can't subscribe, because the thing is, I can't do it because I need a laptop to sort it out. As you know, it's a manual process that we do. It's not a fully automatic one unless you go in via Patreon, and you can see all the stuff on Patreon. But again, you don't get everything on Patreon. You need to come into the Flory site as well, and that's done manually. So if you do need to do that, you can, but just bearing in mind you only get half of what you're going to get. You'll get the other bit when I get back to it as well. Anyway, that's about it from me. On a Friday, we always leave you with a galleries, and we got some great stuff from your completed models this week. So until 2 weeks' time, happy modeling. Take care.
I was not ready to falling like I'm wasted.